Alright, send out the community post. Oh, hope everybody had an awesome Thanksgiving. Go ahead and get this pulled up. Wham bam. Okay. There we are. There we are. Yep. Hope everybody had an awesome Thanksgiving. I'm sitting here looking at some super investor portfolio changes. I think it's always fun to see what the big guys are doing. Guys and gals. Your big money managers. I'll wait a couple minutes here. I know it is kind of early. The day after Thanksgiving. Hope everybody had an awesome Thanksgiving. I don't know if you have checked out the Super Investor website. I think it's Datarama. I think it's pretty cool. Track all your big money managers. Who has the most? I'm just curious. Probably Buffett. 300 billion. Does anyone come close to that? I think the next closest one might be a Dodge and Cox guy. Yeah. Old Buffett. Buffett holds the title there as well. Old Oracle of Omaha. Whew. It was back to Michael Burry. That's whose portfolio we were looking at. Pull up a couple of his holdings here with Qualtrim. I'll open up a couple Qualtrim tabs. I'll do 3. It's got STLA. I'm gonna have that pulled up. And Star Bulk SBLK. A lot of things Michael Burry does is just, it's interesting to get inside that man's head and see how he thinks. Because right now, he's got a majority of his portfolio in Stellantis and Nexstar Media. And He's got a lot of changes. He sells and buys out of so much stuff. So much. Crazy the amount of selling this dude does. I don't understand half of it, but it is on Michael Berry. He did have like a bet on Chinese stocks there for a little bit, and sold out of those. Like he'll have like convictions of things, and he'll add to them, and then he'll sell completely out of them like the next quarter. It's probably an interesting place inside his head. Hello, kitty. Now, get down. Psst. Ew. Stellantis NV. It's consumer. Yeah. Engages in designing, engineering, manufacturing, distribution, and sales of automobiles and light commercial vehicles, engines, transmission systems. This is a weird one. I mean, it's got growing profits and stuff. I mean, it's growing year over year if it's revenue. 10% growth over the last 10 years. Growing free cash flow. If they can keep this trend going, I mean, it might not be a terrible holding, but they have not really had too good of a track record when it comes to their free cash flow and stuff. How's their revenue track record? I mean, growing in recent years. I guess that's not terrible. They do got a bunch of cash on hand, so I guess that is a good thing. What's up with the dividend? Dividend's kind of everywhere. Oh god, I hate that. It's so sporadic and everywhere. That is a weird holding. I don't know. I mean, year to date, it's up quite a bit, and depending where he bought in the third quarter with this, I mean, he could be up. I don't know. Over the last 3 months, up 10%, right at 11%. I don't know. That's a weird one for me. His other one's Nexstar Media. This makes up almost 16% of his portfolio. Media groups. This one looks a little bit better. Entertainment sector. Television, broadcast, and digital media company focuses on acquisition, development, and operation of TV stations. Like, is he making a bet on TV things coming back? I mean, it doesn't look like that's that bad of a company. Community services. It's got growing revenue, growing free cash flow. Hello, welcome. I'm taking a look at Michael Burry's portfolio changes and stuff he's done. Just diving in, seeing what kind of things he's been buying. Because I was curious, and I was probably going to run through a couple of these super investors, as they say. But, I mean, this one I like a lot more than Stellantis. I really don't. I mean, they got a good cash to debt ratio, but like, that's about it. That is about it. Nexstar Media, I like this one a bit more. They got decreasing debt. Pretty much falls right in line with the ratio I like. Consistent growing free cash flow. It's been booming. Booming here. I wonder if that's sustainable. I don't know. EPS is growing. They are buying back shares, which I like. I like that. I like that a lot. They're down to 35 million shares. So they've bought back 5 million plus of their shares on top of what they have already been doing. Like, they are obliterating the share count. I mean, honestly, out of everything we've looked at, like, I don't like this at all, but Nexstar is not that bad. The next holding on in his portfolio is Starbulk Carriers Corp. SBLK. What even is this? Industrial shipping company engages in ocean transportation of dry cargo. Okay. A very small company, only 209 employees. Again, there's not too much to really look at here. They just now, like, they had some positive free cash flow back between 2009 and 2012, but they've had negative free cash flow since then. That dividend's a mess too. Very inconsistent. I don't know. It's like I said, Michael Burry's brain's a weird place. He kept Baba. He still has JD. I don't know. He's like I said, his portfolio is just, it's always all over the place, but it's always interesting to see how his brain works. So I know he had a position, like 98% of his funds was in shorting the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq, and it didn't go too well. Did not go too well for him. If there's a super investor you'd like me to check out here, when you look at some of their holdings, just let me know. I'd be more than happy. Bill Gates is another really interesting fellow. His portfolio was really condensed up until late. He used to only hold, like, I think it's less than 20 holdings. And he sold off a bunch of Berkshire, 10% of his holdings in that, and just bought a bunch of random stuff. Some of it's good, some of it I'm just like, what are you doing? Let me take a look at the activities tab. Yeah, like, a lot of these just kind of confuse me. Like, UPS I get, Walmart I get, Microsoft, yeah. iShares ETF, sure. What is AMAT? We'll take a look at that one. Just curious. Applied Materials. I mean, it looks nice. It's up a good bit on the year, though. It's near its all-time highs. Nice growing revenue. How's the free cash flow looking? I mean, it's growing over time. They do small incremental dividend increases, it looks like, but the last one was pretty decent, from 26 cents to 32 cents. So it's not too bad. And they do share buybacks pretty aggressively. I like that a lot. 3.8% chopping at that share count over the last 5 years. Not gonna hate on that whatsoever. Okay. Interesting. Interesting indeed. Yeah. Cisco, I know. Ameriprise Financial, AMP. Okay, take a look at that one. Let's kind of scope out, seeing if I can't like find something random or new that I've never seen or would think to look into. Kind of like my main reason with this. Financial services provides various financial products and services to individual institutions, clients in the United States and internationally. Okay. Asset management. Revenue looks pretty flat. Free cash flow, not really going much anywhere. I mean, they do buy back shares, which helps some. When I say they buy back some shares, I mean they're buying back all of them. From 2020 to 2022, they bought back over 20 million shares. That is a lot of money. That's a whole lot of money. That's where their free cash flow is growing. I mean, it's not a bad thing. I mean, I like when companies do share buybacks. Let's see, 105. I mean, they are chopping at it. I don't know. This is one I'm kind of on the fence about. Like, I like when companies do share buybacks and stuff, but it's just a lot of even out, non-growing things going on here. Hello, welcome. If there's any super investors or any stocks or anything you want me to look up, just let me know, and I will be more than happy to take a peek at it. You ask me anything, got any questions, hit me up. Would love to chat. But right now we were just kind of going through some of the changes and stuff that Bill Gates has did to his foundation. He sold out of a bunch of Berkshire and loaded up a bunch of different random holdings. I was just curious what all he bought. You're just kind of like working our way through this list. Chubb Limited. That's another one I have no idea what is. Was the CB stock ticker. Chubb Limited. Okay. Property and Casualty Insurance Company. Financial services. Insurance companies usually always do well, though. The thing is, they collect all that money and stuff from people over years and years and years, and yeah, it's just free money. Good cash flow generation. Right at 11% over the last 10 years. Not too bad. Shares outstanding. Going down. That's nice. Very nice. Okay. Ugh. Do. I hope everyone's been doing well, though. Definitely let me know if you had good Thanksgiving, if anything new's going on. Can ask me whatever. Down for a good chit chat. Might be a little early too. Which is fine. It's fine. Ugh. I mean, going through this list though, there's a lot that I like about it. A whole lot that I like about it. I think CVS is undervalued personally. I don't know if it's still down where it was. Let's take a look at it here. It absolutely is. Is CVS undervalued at $70? I think so. I absolutely think so. Quarter over quarter. Good, consistent revenue growth. Look at that. Very nice. And I think it's impressive with this is it's quarter over quarter increasing. For a company that's been around for as long as CVS has, like that is so good. I feel like this company's underrated. I don't know. I mean, there might be more to it, and I'm just missing it. But like, I don't know. I like it. I like what I see. Free cash flow growth, 11% over the last 10 years. Not too bad. Let's look at share count. Kind of not going anywhere. So I mean, that's not terrible. Oh, the very consistent revenue growth is just it's very impressive what this company's been able to do. I mean, compared to Walgreens, you'll see a mess. Here's a mess. Wham bam, just flat over the last 5 years. No growth. Look at that. You don't want to see that. And like, I'm not hating on anyone if you own Walgreens. It very well may have a great future ahead of it, but I know they're in the process of like transitioning some stuff over with like their CEOs and their main head directors and stuff, but like, how much longer can this company just keep going? And they've got a high yield. Yield's 9%. That's just nuts to me. Down almost 50% on the year. Look at that. Hello, everybody. I hope everyone's doing awesome, having a great morning. I'm just going through some super investors on Datarama. If there's anybody you want me to look at, any stocks you want me to look up, got any questions, hit me up, let me know. Anything at all. Doesn't even have to be stock related. I'm just here to chit chat and hang out. But yeah, Walgreens has been slowly burning for a while. I'm surprised they haven't cut their dividend already, I won't lie. I don't know what to expect out of it, but yeah. Right now I was just going through Bill Gates, his foundation. He sold a bunch of Berkshire Hathaway and they just bought like 50 holdings. And I was just going through it because I'm curious what all he was looking at. And this is the list. And just kind of going through here stuff that I didn't recognize or I don't know. Like CVS, I know. CVX, Chevron, I know. If I was to own an energy company, which I don't own any, it'd probably be Chevron. I just oil's so volatile and so all over the place, up, down, all around. It's never really consistent with the revenue and cash flow growth over time. Kind of scary. I don't know. Elevance Health. I think this is one I've looked at before, and if I remember correctly, it's actually pretty nice looking little stockerino here. Let's see, pretty flat, just down a little over 4% on the year. Not bad. It looks like it dipped at one point pretty hard. Dipped in July of this year. What a weird time to dip. 414. Revenue looks pretty nice. Good little double-digit growth. Free cash flow. Double-digit growth for the last 10 years. Buying back a little bit of shares here and there. Is this a new company? How long have they been around? It was founded in 1944. It was formerly known as Anthem and changed its name to Oh, is this like a thing off of is this like a spin-off from Anthem? Okay. Valuation's been increasing like crazy. CapEx has been pretty manageable since 2018 to 2022. It's not really went up. That's what you like to see. You love a company that doesn't have to, spend a bunch of money on CapEx and stuff to keep going and stay relevant. Let's see, quarter over quarter. They got more cash than debt, which I like a lot. Good, consistent quarter over quarter growth. Okay. Dividends been increasing at a rate of 14.7% over the last 10 years. All right. Very nice. Like to see that. I don't know. This might be one I add to the watch list. If it gets any substantial dips. Yeah, I think I'm going to. ELV. We're going to add that to the watch list. I don't own any healthcare, medical stocks, anything like that. ELV. Booyah. Nope. That's making... No, let's not do that. I want to add it to the watch list. ELV. That's what time it's 200-day moving average. 4.8%. So I mean, okay. All right. Next up on Mr. Bill Gates's portfolio changes. Let's see here. Google, no. Goldman Sachs. Invest. That's an ETF. Lockheed Martin, Morgan Stanley, Norfolk, Nvidia. Of course, he adds Nvidia. I wouldn't be buying Nvidia right now. My personal opinion, I don't think that's a good move. He's got some select tech, some technology ETFs here too. I would rather him have just bought into those than Nvidia. I don't know. I mean, Nvidia might surprise me and just take off to the moon to $1,000 a share. I have no idea. I don't. It's just so. It's went up so much so quickly. It scares me at current valuations. Absolutely scares me. Pfizer's one that's beaten up. I like that play. Pulte Group. I have no idea what that is. Take a look at that. PHM. Again, if there's anything you want me to look up, let me know down below. If there's any super investors that you're interested in, I have that site pulled up. We can go through there, see what they've been doing. Hope everyone had an awesome Thanksgiving. I know I'm still feeling it from the next day. Alright. Pulte Group. PHM. Okay. Free cash flow is not good. Revenue growth. What in the world's going on there? What kind of company is this? So the financial crisis really impacted them. Like a lot. Consumer silical. Blah, blah, blah. Residential construction. Oh. Okay. Engages in home building businesses. That's why. Okay. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. They specialize in home building and stuff, and they had that perfectly explains this. Okay, I'm assuming we're going to see the same thing with Cree cash flow. Yep, they're screaming back here. All right, that makes sense. That makes sense now. They are doing share buybacks like crazy, which I mean is a good thing, but like it's about all they got going. I mean, they got a good cash to debt ratio. The EBITDA's growing, revenue's growing. Their dividends being increased, but that's about it. The EPS is going to be going up because they are buying back shares. Good morning. What's up, Dillo? Thanksgiving was awesome, man. I always eat way too much, but it was pretty great overall. Just wanted to jump on here, live stream for a bit, hopefully meet some new folks. Chit chat. Do you like DE? I like DE at its current price. I just released a video this morning going over 3 best stocks buy and hold forever, and Deere and Company was definitely on there because of their recent dip that they had. This thing ran up over $440 back in July, and it's dipped down under 370 now. Hershey. Oh, absolutely. You know I love some Hershey, man. It's one of the biggest holdings in my portfolio. Where's that? Right here. I think it makes up 11 or 12% of my portfolio. It's my biggest loser right now, but it is one that I am always down to add. I will add to this until the end of time if I have to. I just think below 200 for Hershey is just, it's silly. Silly. Why do I like Hershey? Let's take a look here. See, it's down again. This thing's going to get into 180s. I'm going to start buying it again. The thing I really like about Hershey. So, dividend yield, 2.4%, 2.49%, not too bad. Payout ratio is 46%, pretty good. Revenue, over the last 5 years, 6.75% growth. Very nice. That's just starting to shoot up. The free cash flow over the last 5 years, 12.76% growth. So, good revenue growth. Twice as much free cash flow growth as their revenue. EPS has fallen right in line. 16.69% EPS growth over the last 10 years. Their debt is super manageable. They got $3.7 billion in debt as of right now. Their EBITDA last year was over $2 billion. So they don't even have a 2 times leverage ratio. It's like 1.5, which is beautiful. It's super manageable. If they wanted to, if they had to just straight up focus on paying down their debt, they could. Of course, I love companies that don't have debt, but if they're going to have debt, make it manageable. Make it something that if something was to happen in the company, you used to have a bad year, you're okay. Hershey's got a ridiculous moat. Dividend over 10% growth last 5 years, so we got some compounding going on top of everything else. And their return on capital employed is beautiful. Even 2020, like when the world is shut down, everyone's panicking, they still managed a 19% return on capital employed, which is just awesome. When I do research in companies, like these are some of the metrics I look for and like focus heavily on. And Hershey checked every single box except for one, and that is share buybacks. But they haven't been able to buy back shares because the company's never really on sale all that often. So what have you been into? Do you have a good Thanksgiving? Everything go good, man? I'm just going to be on here, just chilling. Do more analysis on DE. I cut you off. Oh, you're good. So with John Deere, Deere and Company, their free cash flow is kind of like all over the place. But had a lot of turkey, and my Packers had a big win. That's awesome. You like the Packers? Yeah, Jordan Love had a great day. Is a dog. He had 3 touchdowns, I believe. The only thing that's kind of like meh with John Deere is the free cash flow. They consistently have free cash flow, and what I'm thinking that they're doing is they're putting a lot of their free cash flow toward dividend increases, which are silly big and sometimes multiple times throughout the year, so it's not a bad thing. And they do share buybacks, and they do quite a bit of them at times. What was that? Right there's about 8 million shares bought back between 2021 and 2022. And I think they're still buying back shares. Yeah, they're down to 292 million shares. And they started the year at 306. So they've bought back another 12, 14 million shares around these current prices. So, I mean, is that a smart allocation of money? It depends when they've been buying it. Do you like TXN? That's Texas Instrument in it. Let me take a look here. Pull it up. So, with this company, I did like them at one point, but they, if you've seen their plans for through 2026, I believe, 2025, 2026, they are going to be negative free cash flow for like the next 4 years, because they are throwing all their money into like factories and semiconductor research and stuff, which I don't think is the best move. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. I don't know what they got going on at the business. But for a company that has had a consistent history of just great free cash flow, as you can see here, it just drops off like a rock. And it's been like that this whole time in 2023. They are putting almost all of their free cash flow and stuff toward things I don't really think they need to. Like, stick to what you're doing. Stick to making your TI-83 calculators and stuff. I'm not over there, so I don't know what all they got going on. But from what I have seen, I just think that they are going to be poorly managing their money for a bit. Any thoughts on Palantir Holding? Palantir's holding in. I do not know. I know Palantir has been a very interesting one. It's been on a lot of people's radars. It's had one heck of a run up this year. This thing was hovering around the 6s and 7s at the beginning of the year. But I haven't done too much research into the company. I know a lot of people love it. A lot of people love it a lot. Do I know BEP or NEE? NextEra Energy, yeah. They've also had a really rough year. A lot of your solar companies and stuff are struggling right now because of the interest rates, because they're so just like they need cash or debt, and they usually take out debt. But welcome everybody. If there's anything you want me to check out, look into, if there's any super investors that you want to dive into their portfolio, I got this pulled up too. I just been going through here checking out random holdings that old Mr. Bill Gates has had. But yeah, BEP and NEE, NextEra Energy. I'm currently staying away from that. It had a big dip, and I again just the free cash flow for those companies. It's just so tough right now. A lot of your solar companies are just having such a hard time because again they have to continuously take out money and debt for new equipment and buying like new land area for the locations, opening up their little solar farms and stuff, and it is expensive, especially right now if interest rates just as you see here, their debt is nuts. 55 billion and their EBITDA is only 8.9 billion. That would scare me. I know real estate's done it, don't even have that much leverage. That's that's about 6 times or more. Yeah. That's a big no for me. But what's everybody been what Ian's been buying or looking into or doing research on? Any stocks have been catching your eyes here lately? I don't mind surprising. I really like Ulta Beauty. That's been the newest one for me that I've been looking into. I wish it'd dip again. I want to buy more Ulta. VLN. Well, let's take a look at that one. VLN. Semiconductors. Valent Semiconductors. Okay. It seems like a smaller semiconductor company. They only got 300 some employees right now. Let's see. Hey, they just went positive with their cash flow last quarter. They're down a bit this year. Hmm. Did they get like caught up in some debt stuff or? I mean, people tend to like it, flying under the radar, sitting in a sweet spot, potential hidden gem. What am I missing with this? Apparently, people are loving this thing. Kind of company that I put my foot in the door in 200 shares and forget about it. Yeah, kind of like a sit it, forget it, come back 5-10 years, see how it's going. Nah, I get that, man. I feel that way with Tesla. Like, buy Tesla on dips, let it sit for 5-10 years, come back to it, and see if you're happy. My dividend growth portfolios: SCHD, VIG, Broadcom, Microsoft, MasterCard, Visa, Apple. I think that's Brookfield, BEP, the renewable energy. NextEra Energy, John Deere, Lowe's, Home Depot, Starbucks, Texas Instrument, Hershey, and Waste Management. Those are all great companies. Again, the BEP and the NEE, staying away from solar currently. I mean, not to say that they're bad. Perfect little, just let it sit, collect that dividend, let it compound. Reconstructing. Like, change around allocations? Are you going to be adding some new positions? But, yeah, Roger, there's a couple companies that are, I feel are great. Sit it, forget it, come back, check it later. Another one for me that would fall under that category is definitely SoFi. I like SoFi's future outlook, and if they can get and stay profitable, company's going places. I'm telling you. I don't think I want new positions. I think those are all strong. They are very strong. Those are all pretty great. I love the Lowe's, Home Depot, Starbucks, Hershey, Waste Management. I'm about it. And the way that you have SCHD and VIG set up, very nice. Oh, they're like 3 to 5% holdings. Okay, so you're doing a core and satellite portfolio setup. Okay, I get it. Yeah, nothing wrong there. Ah, ooh. So one thing really surprised me was Warren Buffett this quarter. Like he it's rare to see him like completely move out of things. But here recently over like the past year, he's been selling off some stuff. Like this quarter, his big sells just really surprised me. My growth position is just a VOO and SCHG, and I mean, yeah, man, you cannot go wrong with some strong, high quality ETFs for your core. I just hold a SCHD right now. Yeah, all those are great, man. I'm wanting to add more Ulta. Like I know it's not a dividend payer, but I just love the company. They're doing new store openings and stuff. They are pretty diversified throughout the United States. I think they're in all 50 states. I'd like to see that one dip some. The big thing, like Warren Buffett selling out of UPS, surprises me. Procter and Gamble, Mondelez International, J&J, Activision. I get that was an arbitrage play. Could you explain your Ulta love more? Absolutely can. Absolutely can. Again, if there's anything anyone wants me to look up, check into, got any questions, chit chat, whatever, hit me up, let me know. So Ulta, I got in Ulta under $400. I feel like it was a great value. PE ratio was below 16. I got into it around this area. The thing I love about this company, in my experience with women, I see what people love. It's a great company. It's so strong. Revenue growth, 16% over the last 10 years. And it's not slowing. So usually when you see a lot of growth from a company, the 10 year is going to be higher than the 5. The 5 years is going to be higher than the 2. 2 is going to be higher than 1. But with this one, 10 years 16, 2 years 28. It's going up. They're growing very quickly. Now I went through here and I added up some of the ratios. Yeah, 2021 kind of throws things off a little bit, but year over year they're growing quicker and quicker and quicker, which I love to see. And what's fallen in line with that is their free cash flow. They generate so much free cash flow. I love it. 36%, 28% over the last 5 years. This is just ridiculous. And if you look at it, adjusted free cash flow, taking out the shares that they bought back per share, 40% over the last 10 years. This thing, it's a company that's been around forever, and to still generate this kind of free cash flow growth, crazy. I wish I'd only found it even sooner when it, like I would have been buying it through this little dip area here. EPS, 24% over the last 10 years. Share buybacks, they are buying back shares at a rate of over 5.6% in the last year. I'm in love with this company. They're doing everything right. Return on capital employed is in the mid 40s. Anything else that you own that's not a popular YouTube stock? I mean, my portfolio is very condensed. I don't own a lot of holdings. But another thing with Ulta, no debt, 0 debt. Look at that. Look at that thing. It says debt, $0. Love that. But with my portfolio, this is everything I own. SCHD making up the majority of my position. We got Texas Roadhouse thrown in there, Extra Space Storage. I'm still very long them. Canadian National Railway, Hershey, Apple, MasterCard, Ulta. Very condensed, very strong moated companies. These are big moats. These companies I feel have a great path ahead of them. And I got in at what I feel is pretty okay entry points. I could have done a little bit better for Apple, of course. 177 is pretty high cost basis, but in 5 to 10 years, I'm not going to think that more than likely. Excuse me. Texas Roadhouse, I got in at 103. I bought it at like 104, 105, then it dipped down to 90, and I kept buying some more. If I'd have waited a little bit, I could have got in the 90s, but I mean, I'm not complaining. Texas Roadhouse is a great company. It's got a lot of another company with a lot of just great things going for it. Very similar to Ulta, honestly. No debt. I like them. I like them a lot. Yeah, this is my portfolio. What I'm rocking. I'm buying SCHD pretty consistently, almost week over week. If there's nothing else that's on sale or nothing else I want to buy, that's just what I put my money into. But yeah, that's what we rocking. But yeah, I just love this company. I wish I would have bought more. That's my only regret. That's okay. I will keep it and just sit and wait. Sit and wait for it to come to me. It looks like markets are pretty flat for the day. Let me refresh this. Dow up a little bit. S&P pretty flat. NASDAQ down just a touch. 0.06. How's my portfolio looking though? Update, refresh. Up, down, down. I'm probably green by a little bit. Okay. See, Texas Roadhouse payout 73%. Does that concern you? Texas Roadhouse's payout 73%. What? I don't think it is. Texas Roadhouse dividend. It shouldn't be that high. Let's see. According to dividend.com, it's 41.5%, and Qualtrim has it at 48.5%. I hope they're wrong. If it was that high, yes, it would concern me. Quite a bit. Because that would tell me that there is something going on that is that'd just be a really bad signal to me. Trailing 12 months. I mean, they're up a lot over the last 12 months, so that might be messing with the ratios. They are up 20.2% on the year. This thing dipped last year. I dropped the ball with this one back in June. This thing dipped at $71. Ugh. If I could go back to June, and if I could go back to October, my portfolio would look so much different. But that is fine. We must do what we can with what we've got today. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Just taking a look at some stocks, just chit-chatting. Anything you want me to look at, let me know. If there's any super investors you want to look at, I've got Datarama pulled up. We can look into their portfolios. Got any random questions, let me know. Let me know down below how's everyone's Thanksgiving went. I'd love to hear from yous. Woo. I'm ready for some more football today. I think there's another game on later on. Dolphins versus Jets. That sounds right. Yeah. Oh. But yeah. I'll be chilling for a bit. I don't really have too much more to do this morning. I'm going to be chilling for a bit. 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 Got a new video game. Been playing it. Remnant 2. I don't know if you have heard of that or not, but it is very good. Remnant 2 is so good. Too good. Great game. Ugh. I like his Datarama website. Never heard of it. Think Borderlands and Dark Souls got together and they smashed a game into one piece, and that would be Remnant. Star Citizen, it is fun. I haven't played that one. I'm big into like the Dark Souls series, and I don't know, just like super hard, difficult games. Elden Ring is probably one of my favorite games of ever. Love that game. Game is too good. I wanted to like Diablo 4. I played Diablo 4 for a bit. I still fire it up from time to time. They have updated it quite a bit since its launch. I like the changes and stuff so far. They've made it to where it doesn't take forever and a day to level up. It was disappointing at first, you're right. It might be something you want to check out now. Give it another shot and see. Because I feel like they have fixed a lot that was wrong with it. Or at least personally, I think they have. It's not a bad game, though. It's not going to be Game of the Year, but still not bad. It wouldn't surprise me if Starfield, maybe, or honestly, Remnant 2 might get it. I wouldn't mind in the future do like a gaming live stream, just kind of chill with everybody. I think that'd be fun. Might put that out in the community tab, see what everybody thinks about it. Your Mara might get called away. Are they up on the day? Let's take a look-see here. What? Oh, yeah, up almost 5%. What was your price point with it? Is crypto going back up? Because this was down in the 8 area back in October. $11 call. When's your expiration on it? Let me check out crypto here for a second. Ethereum price. Yeah, Ethereum's going back up. Ethereum's over 2K again. Oh, okay. Yeah, that one's probably going to get called away from me. It looks like crypto's up on the day and is growing still yet. So that one might get called from me. I mean, hey, it might, open up the door for a buying opportunity or something. Never know. If you do get the monies from that, is there anything you've been looking at? Or anything that's caught your attention? Caught your eye? Maybe I'll buy some Ulta. I'm not financial advice. Always do your own research stuff before buying. I do like the company though. Like I said, I'm waiting. I'm hoping it dips below 400 again. My buy-in point, I think, is 396. Yep, my buy point's 396. So I mean, I don't know. I'm hoping it dips some more. I would love that. And they buy back shares. They don't even have that many shares out like remaining. They got 51.7 million shares. Also have some DraftKings and might buy more. DraftKings is an interesting one. I know that one's one that would make a lot of people happy that they had bought into it near the beginning of the year. It's up quite a bit. Yeah, it's up quite a bit, over 200%, 250% year to date. Did this thing dip into single digits at one point? No, but it sure got close. Down to $11. Again, this company would just, the second that all the regulations and stuff, especially in California, are passed and they're able to just be completely nationwide, yeah, it's going to be crazy. I think it's going to take off. Get my personal opinion. Robinhood is Amazon, Tesla, Microsoft, IIPR, and Vici. Yeah. Those are all pretty strong ones. Again, IIPR, second the regulation stuff with that get lifted up or legalized, they're going to take off. And Vici, I just love me some Vici. Vici is so good. They got such a great path ahead of them. Still yet. Oh. D-Dog is cool. What is that? D-Dog. DDOG. Oh, Data Dog. Consistent quarter-over-quarter revenue growth. More cash than debt on hand. That's growing quarter-over-quarter. Very nice. Return on capital employed is getting better and better. Quarter-over-quarter. The heck is this? Growing free cash flow. Software and applications. Okay. Security monitoring, provide real-time observation. Huh. I mean, it looks like it's doing really well. Let's look at the stock-based compensation. That's not good. So all their free cash flow is going back to just stock-based comp. I don't personally like when companies do that, because this is a big thing that they leave out on their reports. They usually don't show off the stock-based comp. And a lot of your technology companies early on are going to not show this on their financials. And I'm sure that their shares outstanding is probably going up year over year. It is increasing. So share dilution, and they're giving out more stocks than they are free cash flow. It is actually, for the entire year of 2022, they gave out more stock-based comp than they had cash flow total. So, this is a red flag for me. Not a fan of that. I mean, a lot of companies do that. It's just too big of a red flag for me. Another company that does that has it growing quarter over quarter is Intuit. But like Intuit is a little bit different. Let me see here. Yeah, they have a heck of a year going on as well. So if you look here at their free cash flow stock-based comp, it's growing, but it's not more than their cash flow, free cash flow. Of course, I would like this to slow down, because their free cash flow, their stock-based comp has went up. Let's see here. Is 1.31. It went up to 1.71. So their stock-based compensation increased 24%. When their free cash flow increased, they're going to do 3.66. 4.79. So, pretty even. Their stock-based compensation went up 26%. Their free cash flow went up 26%. So, that's pretty heavy in the increase department for me. The thing with Intuit though is the moat with this company is ridiculous. With TurboTax and Credit Karma and everything, it's just they need to get that stock-based comp issue under control. Look at Amazon. Okay, absolutely. Amazon. So the thing with Amazon, so they're having a bit better year so far with their free cash flow. It is in the positive. 2021, 2022 was negative free cash flow for them. So the stock-based comp is going to look like a nightmare. Amazon, the difference between it is, one, their moat is absolutely ridiculous. They are opening up into new avenues with their company. I think they bought like a healthcare company. They've been buying a lot of different just acquisitions like crazy. And I mean, they employ 1.5 million people. It's one of those, it needs to be more on sale for me to want it, but just because of how much growth this company still has into it, this doesn't bother me too bad. Let's look at it quarterly over quarter here. Boop. Bop. Yeah, so it's not awful. Last quarter they had more free cash flow than stock-based comp, but it's still not the best. It still ate up more than half of their free cash flow. So I mean, it is what it is. It's just, Amazon's just ridiculous. It's one of those companies like, yeah, you don't like how this looks, but also it's Amazon. Yeah. Amazon workers to strike on Black Friday. That wouldn't be good. But yeah. I'm hoping it's a pretty day today. Berkshire. Oh, we can definitely look at a Warren Buffett's company. Oh, Buffett knows what he's doing. It does keep going up. You're right. Did that not pull it up? I went full screen. No. Culture, what are you doing? Oh, it's Dash B. Okay. I'm just dumb. So, the thing with Mr. Buffett, this man knows what he's doing, and he knows what he is doing very well. Let's pull up the S&P 500 here. So, we're going to take a look at it over the last 5 years. Over the last 5 years, S&P 500 is up 65%. Mr. Berkshire Hathaway, over the last 5 years, 72%. So, beating the S&P 500 over the last 5 years. We're going to pull up Max here. Just kind of give you an idea. Since 1996 to now, Berkshire Hathaway is up 1,462%. We're going to go to the S&P 500 now. Find 1996. Up 596%. So, over the last almost 30 years, Mr. Buffett has managed to more than double the S&P 500's returns. This is the reason so many people follow this guy. The things that he's been able to do, he has like a 20% return average over the last 60 years. Untouchable. I don't think there's ever going to be an investor as strong as him to have that type of a track record. It's silly. Um, it's just crazy what he's able to do. Uh, and he buys back. He has more cash than debt on hand. Beautiful. Like to see that. You know how I feel about debt. Share buybacks. He's been buying back shares, but he's smart. He's even smart about this. When he buys back shares of his own company, he waits till it's in a dip. If nothing's in a dip and nothing's on sale, the man will just sit on his hands and wait. He doesn't just buy something to be buying something. The discipline that this man has is just ridiculous. I can't brag enough about him. He's someone I study a lot. He's someone I look into whenever he releases a filing. I'm going straight to it and seeing what the dude's up to. He's just so good at what he does. Too good. I mean, his portfolio. Let's take a look at it here. This is his portfolio. He has 45 different holdings. But a majority of his holdings, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 companies in his portfolio have, a percent or more into it. Did he start new positions? Yes. So we can go to the activity tab. This is Datarama.com. If you want to, just look into it and go through super investors' portfolios. This was his buys and sells for the quarter. So he completely sold out of UPS. He completely sold out of Procter & Gamble, Mondelez, Johnson & Johnson. I don't know what Celan that is. General Motors, Activision. Activision was such a good play. He timed that perfectly. I think he bought in the 60s area. Might even been lower. And he even said this is an arbitrage play. And he nailed it. So when he sold out here, he sold this at easily probably close to a 40% gain. The new positions that he bought into this quarter were a little weird. He bought into Liberty Media, LLYVK. Take a look here. LLYVK. So he bought in Liberty Media. It doesn't even have anything pulled up here on Quadro. Liberty Media. It's not even pulling anything up for that. I know he bought into Sirius Radio. Isn't this a bit of a head scratcher? This is one of the quarters where I don't really agree with his buys and sells. The Atlanta Braves holding. Again, these are such little changes where they don't really matter all that much. So he sold a bunch of these. If memory serves me correctly, he bought a bunch of bonds. He bought a lot of bonds. He bought a lot of treasuries. And he's just enjoying the free cash flow that he gets from that. And I think he's just hoarding cash because these positions he sold out of. Yeah, he sold out of them, but the most was 0.35%. This was his arbitrage play. They're so small. Like, he bought in the series, but it counts as 0.01% of his portfolio. Again, I don't agree with the holding, but they are buying back their shares like crazy. It's probably why he did it. But yeah, he's just stockpiling cash right now. So I mean, I don't know if he knows something that we don't know or what, but it's been his main goal over the last couple quarters. He's been a net seller. And I need to increase my cash position. That's something that I have terrible management of. I never keep like much cash on the sidelines for if something goes on sale or if something happens or if like I find something I like and want to buy a bigger position into it. Alta. I never really give myself the opportunity to do that. Okie doke. Boop. So what's everybody's plans for the day? We just gonna chill at the house, or we got any going anywhere? I'm probably not gonna do too much. I think there's some pie in there. Definitely gonna crack into that here in a bit. Yeah, and I was mainly just wanting to jump on here for about a while and just hang out. I think of these live streams too, like it helps with hours watched for the YouTube channel. So I mean, I get to hang out and chill with yuns and get to increase my hour count and slowly but surely claw my way toward monetization. It's tough though. The YouTube algorithm is a tough cookie to crack. Hello everybody. Hope everyone's doing awesome. Anyone has any questions or anything, want to ask me whatever, hit me up. Ask me anything, ask me stock questions. I use Qualtrim Insights if you want me to look anything up. Be more than happy to. Speaking of that, Google. I like Google. Another company, it's just they're riding the AI hype right now. They got more cash than debt. They've got quarter over quarter pretty consistent growing free cash flow here the last couple quarters. The revenue flat-ish, but last 3 quarters, as you see here, up. This is another company that's got a really bright future ahead of it. Just switched over from Ryan's walk to 100. Oh, and I hope he's doing awesome. Ryan is so great. I love that guy. I've just been over here just looking up random stuff. Been pulling up Datarama and looking at some super investors. But yeah, Google's another great company. I think their stock-based comp is a lot better situated than Amazon's. It is. But they have such a bright future ahead of them as well. Like it's an older-ish company. Same thing with Amazon. They've been around for a while, but they're still just rapidly growing. I watched a video of them. I think it's 2007 when they bought YouTube. It's like almost 20 years ago. That makes me feel so old. How's everybody's morning going, though? I've just been chilling, hanging out. Again, if anyone has any questions or anything, any stock options want me to look up, we can look at a super investor's portfolio. I got Datarama pulled up here, just kind of scrolling through. Love to hear from yous. Ah. Oh, I hear my cats running around. Oh, wonder what they're into the kitchen. I'm sure I'll get to see that shortly. But what would you guys think of in the future maybe doing like a gaming thing? Do like a little game live stream from time to time? chill some video games, talk stocks while we game. I don't know, it's just been something I've been thinking about. Excuse me. Or, I mean, if Ian's like this, we can just keep doing this too. Absolutely no problem with that whatsoever. I like just chit-chatting with Ian's. But speaking of super investors, a portfolio that I love is Mr. Chuck Akre. This is so nice. He's got majority of his money in MasterCard. And I love MasterCard. Both are good. Did some of my homework, seen the about half my portfolio is paying a dividend next month. That's awesome. You got some big payers coming up? Let's see here. I think I've got some stuff coming up here. Yeah, next month's my big payment month as well. I don't really have anything coming out too much this month, but next month I got CNI going to be paying me $1.88, Extra Space Storage $8.12, Hershey $3.65, SCHD $15.81, and Texas Roadhouse $3.08. So yeah, a little at a time. Before you know it, that 16 is going to grow into a 30. That 30 is going to grow into a 60, 120. Before you know it, you're going to be getting paid over $100 a month. I mean, right now it's a slow grind for me. Most of my dividend payments are December, March, June, September. I didn't mean to set it up this way. It's just how everything turned out. And because it's not big payers today, I mean, like I said, dividend investing is a slow burn. You just got to keep at it. Keep that DCA game strong. Buy on dips. You'll get it. You'll grow with time. I mean, I'm very small still. I think my overall portfolio, I just cracked the 5K mark. I've had to restart twice, though. Average close to 50 a month right now. It's pretty good. It's a lot better than what I've got going on. I've got my annual income's $140 a year right now. Again, just like overtime, each paycheck, put in what you can, and that little thing will grow. This number will grow a lot quicker than you know. Especially me DCAing into SCHD. Like, that is just going to help tremendously over time, because like each share that I buy of that just going to increase the next payment. The dividend snowball is such a strong tool for dividend investors. So good. Oh my god, I hear one of my cats in there just having a field day with something. Oh. Has anyone got any plans for the day? You got any plans, Kevin? We gonna be going anywhere, doing anything, or just hang around the house, do homework? You got any more homework? What are you studying? I remember the good old days of college. If I could go back, though, I absolutely would have went for a different major. Chilling and gaming. Yeah, I'm probably going to game here in a bit. I'll probably do this for another 20 minutes or so. Just hang out with Jens. I appreciate everybody just dropping in, saying hi, chatting with me. It's awesome. Again, if you have any questions, you can ask me anything stock related. Doesn't have to be stock related. If there's any super investors you want to take a look at, we can do that too. Going to write a check to CS, retired, just watching the market, looking for good investments. Hey, yeah. Market's kind of flat-ish. The Dow's up a little, the Nasdaq's down. The Dow's up a little, Nasdaq's down a little, S&P 500's dead even. So I mean, not too much going on there. Is there anything you've been looking into here recently, Kevin? Anything that's caught your eye? I know the last thing that caught my eye was Ulta. Charles Schwab. The bank? Let's see here. Let's see. Charles. SCHW? Yeah, it looks like they're still down from the big drop earlier this year. But again, this company is, a lot of these banks I feel are still undervalued, just because of all the scariness that happened at the beginning of the year with the Silicon Valley situation. I know I got into Bank of America there for a little bit, but I got back out of it. That's your brokerage. I use M1 Finance. I've looked into Charles Schwab. I mean, they've got everything. I know I wish M1 Finance would do calls, options, and stuff, but they don't, which I mean, it's okay too. I like the whole pie setup with M1 Finance. Yeah. I know Robinhood's another one that a lot of people like using. I've just always had my I used Public for a little bit, and then I transferred everything over to M1 Finance, and I've just been with them ever since. So does I'm just curious what everybody thinks. You think that the tech boom, AI boom, and everything is going to continue in the next year? Do you see the future for the Magnificent Seven, as people call it, still being very bright? Or are we going to see a reset? Going to make my monthly leapfrog. Thoughts on AMAT. AMAT. Let's take a look at it. I think that was one that Applied Materials. Is this one of the holdings that Michael Burry got into? No, I thought I seen AMAT from somebody. AMAT. Seen it in the Bill Gates Foundation. Bill Gates bought into this one. I don't know much about the company. I know I was going through Bill Gates' portfolio, his buys and sells, and I seen this was one of them. And they're up quite a bit year to date. Revenue growth 13.45% over the last 10 years, so that's nice. Free cash flow, a lot. That is very nice. 33% over the last 10 years. They have more cash than debt, which I absolutely love to see that. EPS is growing. Dividend increasing 12% over the last 10 years. Good return on capital employed. It's checking a lot of boxes for me. Shares outstanding, 3.6%. Pretty consistently buying back shares too. Okay, I don't know much about the company, but I mean, they're checking a lot of boxes, and a lot of stuff looks good with them. Revenue, free cash flow are currently around their all-time highs. I don't know. I mean, from what I see, it looks like a pretty good company. Applied Materials. Let's see. Company operates in the United States, China, Korea, Taiwan, Japan. So they're international as well. Okay. I mean, if the whole tech thing keeps going and this tech boom keeps on keeping on, yeah, I mean, the companies like this are just going to continue surprising. How are they? Do they have any stock-based comp? Yeah, but very little. I like this. I don't know. I like this a lot. They got their dividend yields low, but they're doing share buybacks a lot. I mean, between last year and this year, they bought back, was it 32 million shares? Okay. I don't know. I like that. AMAT. I'm actually gonna put that on the watch list. And if it dips any, I'm gonna have to do some more research on it. Yeah, their 200-day moving average right now is 12.7% up. So definitely, if they dip any, I'm absolutely gonna be looking into it. Nice looking company. Nice room to grow that dividend over time. Also, absolutely, Peter. That's another big thing with it, because the payout ratio is so low, 15%, and to be growing cash flow at a rate still double digits, high double digits. Like, I don't know, it's a pretty solid looking company. I like them. Their adjusted free cash flow is not that bad. Actually, this is looking like it's in a good range. 5.6% adjusted free cash flow yield is really nice. I mean, it's got a cheaper valuation than something like Apple. Apple 3%. I still like Apple, but I mean, what's their PE ratio? Huh? Okay. PE ratio is below 20. I don't know. It's absolutely going to have to be something I look into a little bit more. Because there's a lot with this I like. Good return on capital. Great cash to debt. Their EBITDA is fantastic. All right. I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah, kind of see why Bill Gates bought into that one. And that's the thing with companies that got like a low payout ratio. Like, they can be putting that money somewhere else. They can be buying back shares. I would rather companies be buying back shares. That's the thing I like about Apple so much, is they're not so focused on their dividend growth as they are buying back those shares. Because when your company buys back shares, you get a bigger and bigger piece of the pie. Each share you have matters more, counts as more. Oh, sorry guys. Oof. What I'm probably going to end up doing for my live streams just for now on, starting a little bit later. And I'm still going to be on here for a little bit, but Whew. So what are you going to be up to today, Peter? Anything you looking to buy? You looking at anything in the stock market? Got any plans for your evening? And I'm feeling like what Odillo's feeling. I feel like gaming it up today and just relaxing. Oh, excuse me. Absolutely, Rob. I don't mind a bit. Like I said, whenever I just like hanging out, chilling, just waiting for AMAT to dip. I like I said, it doesn't look like it's at a bad valuation right now. It's got a decent PE ratio. I mean, PE ratio is below 20. Good adjusted free cash flow yield. Yeah, not financial advice, but it doesn't. It's very solid looking company. Very solid. Never seems to dip, and that's how I feel about FICO. I think that's their ticker symbol. Yeah, Fair Isaac. This is over the past year. Up. crazy. It's in the stock slices program. Yeah, I seen that Charles Schwab does their thing a little differently. That's another reason why I like M1 Finance so much. Like, if I want to buy 0.01 shares of something, I can. But like things that never dip that I wish would. Fair Isaac. Oh, if I can catch this, I'm telling you, this company is just ridiculous. The moat with this company is ridiculous. Return on capital employed of almost 50%. They're buying back shares aggressively. They only have 25 million shares outstanding. If this company does a stock split, bet. BET. Speaking of stock splits and companies that have done stock splits here recently, they've caught my eye. Celsius. The energy drink and workout powder company, stuff like that. PE ratio, if this one's silly. But this one recently did a stock split, and it's been one I've been looking at possibly adding. They've got a lot. They recently started being profitable quarter over quarter. Revenue growth is just silly. So silly. Look at that. Over 100% revenue growth average in the last 2 years. And the thing that I like about this company so much, they started buying back shares too. Really? Is a lot of people are like worried about the whole health thing, Ozempic or whatever, that weight loss drug has gotten a lot of like your fast food services and companies, stuff like that, dealing with that, have dropped. But Celsius is super. I mean, it's not healthy. I'm not going to say something's healthy. I'm not a doctor, but no sugar usually. If they do have any sugar, it's like very low, like less than 5 grams. I don't even think they've got that in it. I think it's 0. And they taste great. Like I think they're all natural. They're keto. Like Celsius is, I like them a lot, and I like the company. Like, it's just over the last 10 years, this company is up 44,700%. Yep. Yep. If I could turn back time. I mean, back here it was in 2020, it was like $1 something a share. Again, this is just one of them that if you could go back, if I could go back, just load up on this thing during COVID. My goodness. I'd be up 40 times my money. But it's still got like a great future ahead of them. And I feel that they're going to continue this growth for quite a while. I mean, everyone loves some energy drinks. But I like them. I like this company a lot. Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly how I feel. That's a very nice return. Absolutely a very nice return. Over the last 5 years, 4,000%. Silly. But again, it's just one of those that you never really thought to look at. But this one's definitely, I haven't added it to my watch list. I'm going to. I'd love to see this dip any at all. I'd 1,000% jump in. I know it's not a non-dividend payer, but I've been trying to. What was the split ratio? 3-to-1. Because I think that it was around like 150 or so. So it's a 3-to-1 split. But I'm pretty sure they've had a couple of stock splits already. CLH stock split history. Oh, they only had the one? Oh my god, too many ads. Can I look at it here? Celsius. So it looks like they had a 1 to 20 back in 2009. And they had a 1 to 3 here recently. I mean, it's another company I like a lot. The only one right now that's kind of in my buy zone that I've been watching are these two, Tractor Supply and Vici, but I'm not like hurting to own them. I'm not incredibly desperate, but they're both very strong. If Vici was to dip into the 27s, it'd be hard not to. Tractor Supply is one. If I was to see that into the 180s, it'd be definitely one I'd be looking into even more heavier. But right now, I'm just kind of sitting and waiting, seeing what comes to me. But Celsius, I definitely like that. I wanted to buy into it now, but I'm trying to be a little bit patient, or more patient, because it has ran up this year 60%. It's came down over the past little bits here. September 7th, it peaked $68. So it's down 21% since then. I like so many things about it. I don't know. This is one I might have to just end up just adding to the portfolio, and if it drops, buy more. I don't know. I'm so on the fence about it. The other one that I'm really on the fence about is SoFi. So between SoFi and Celsius, I don't know what to do. I like both the companies a lot. I think they both have really great futures ahead of them. But I love Celsius. Like I said, I don't know what to do with it. I'm sitting here just staring at it, and I'm like, ah. Because right now I only own one growth stock, and that's Ulta. But I don't know if Ulta's going to ever come back to me. I don't know if this thing's going to dip below 400 again or not. I'd love for it to, so I could buy more. But I don't know. I don't know if it's going to come back to me. I mean, it's not at a bad valuation right now, even at 416, my personal opinion. I'm more interested in STNE over SoFi. What is STNE? Let's take a look at her. StoneCo. Up 70% year to date. They had a dip. They have shot up here recently. That's 40% right there since last month. What am I missing here? Good revenue growth, quarter over quarter. Slowly becoming cash flow positive. More cash than debt. Technology, software, infrastructure. Provides financial technology solutions to merchants and integrate partners to conduct electronic commercial across in-store, online, and mobile channels. I don't know much about them. Does Warren Buffett own this? Let's see the article here. 3 Warren Buffett stocks you can buy of $100. I didn't know he owned StoneCo. I don't know much about them. I haven't heard of them until then. But I mean, their revenue's growing like crazy. You know, another good growth company. I don't know, I really think, like, I'm not guaranteeing anything. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, but if SoFi reports a cash flow positive quarter, the next, they have an earnings coming up, I believe. If they report cash flow positivity that quarter. I see this stock almost doubling. Like, that's just my personal opinion. I mean, at one point, this thing was hovering in the 20s area, and it dipped down to 4. So again, I mean, this isn't a... I don't think it's a bad entry point for old SoFi. But again, it's kind of like in the same boat as Stone Cold. I mean, it's the... They want, you know, if they can get free cash flow positive, that's the big thing. But good revenue growth. I don't know, there's a lot of great things out there, a lot of great companies. I just wish I had more money to buy more things. That's my thing. It's just so hard to, you know, manage your portfolio. And it's the reason I'm so condensed. Is I don't have a whole lot of money to throw at things right now. So when I do buy into things, I want to build up the position in that thing. It's kind of how I'm focused right now. Which, I mean, it's not a bad thing. There are a lot of super investors and stuff that are super condensed with their portfolios. And I don't know if I mentioned it. I'm going to keep going for a little bit. But after the live stream, if you haven't, make sure to go over and check out my new upload. 3 dividend stocks you can buy and hold forever. I usually do those about twice a week, and then I'll throw in a random video here and there. And those do pretty good. Those usually do pretty good. It's the reason I'm staying consistent with those, trying to still keep doing those. But I don't just pump them out every day, which I thought about doing. But I just want to. I do an upload. I'll let it cook for a day or two. TSCO looks like a good nibbler position. Yeah, I mean, I really like Tractor Supply. It's one of my favorite retails. I go to Tractor Supply a lot. We got chickens, got turtle. I got 4 dogs, 5 cats that run around here. But yeah, they cracked over 240 at one point, right at 250 mark. Below $200 now. Dividends over 2%. Payout ratio is 39%. Both those look great. Revenue, 11.78% growth over the last 10 years. Very consistent double-digit revenue growth. Free cash flow, right at 10% over the last 10 years. And if you adjust for stock-based, them buying back shares, 12.7% over the last 10 years. Very nice. If you didn't hear that, I'm sorry, the trash truck's here. But I like Tractor Supply a lot. Again, I would like to see this dip down a little bit further. But, I mean, it's just so consistent. They got a great debt ratio. They got 1.36 billion in debt. Their EBITDA last year was 1.78 billion. So their debt to EBITDA ratio is like they have more EBITDA than they do debt. I love that. The dividend. This is throwing off the dividend increase, like from 52 cents to 92 cents. But I mean, over time, they have consistently been increasing their dividend pretty well. It's rated 23% over the last 10 years. There's just so many good qualities of this company. Reminds me a lot of Hershey. There's a lot of things I like about this that I can just talk about the same thing with Hershey. Return on capital employed. Very strong and growing, above 20%. And shares outstanding. I can just brag about this company's balance sheet and how everything looks with it. Too easy. Too easy to talk good about Tractor Supply. I mean, yeah, I would consider it, I guess, a nibbler. Startup position, buy on dips. I like them. So are there any super investors that Yin's like? Besides Mr. Buffett, Mr. Warren Buffett. Which I know he had a lot of surprise sells. He made a lot of moves that got a lot of people like. He's accumulating cash. I think he thinks there's going to be a big correction and or dip next year. Oh, are they? 1, 2, 3, 4. You're right. Yeah, I wonder what their next dividend hike's going to be. You're 110% right. Called that one. And there's sometimes where they'll increase it like multiple times in a year. Oh my god, my cats are running around. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, it's a great company. Good compounder, as Joseph Carlson says. A compounder with cheese. He only said that once. There's someone that commented in his YouTube video, like, day 87 of asking Joseph to say compounder with cheese. And he eventually said it. And I'm just like, oh, it happened. It happened. There are a lot of these super investors I've been like looking through here that have less than 10 positions. Kind of catches me eye. So that means they're very confident in their holdings. I mean, I dig it. I like a good condensed portfolio. So, anyone got any plans for the night? Anyone gonna be going out and doing anything? I know I'm probably just gonna chill at the house for most of the day. My cats are cracking out right now. They're sprinting everywhere. I love my pets. Anyone got any animals that are running around their house as well? I got cats, dogs, turtle. Got some chickens. They're not in the house though. Everything else is. If anyone has any chickens in the house, let me know. But my pet turtle is actually what gave me inspiration to name the channel what I named it. Tortoise Investing. Because, you know, dividend investing, slow and steady. And again, I know Ulta doesn't pay a dividend, but they do share buybacks. They do share buybacks. That's just as good. Just as good. But I'm probably gonna make a community poll. Again, if you haven't after the live stream, make sure to go check out my recent upload. I greatly appreciate it. But see if you would, you know, be interested in me just gaming one day. Pop in, chat randomly into some video games. 2 cats. One is a part breed, Mancoon. He's about 20 pounds. Yeah, Mancoons are huge. We got, I think all of our cats got a little bit of Mancoon in them. But our biggest one, his name is Mr. Jake. He's well over 20 pounds. Big boy. And now kittens are just having a field day. They're sprinting through the house, jumping off everything. But yeah, I think it'd be fun to just play some random video games. I don't know what yins like or what yins would like to see, but I mean, I play anything, any and all. It could be something random too. Maybe find like a stock market simulation game or something. Oh my god, that'd be silly. That would be so silly. But maybe fun. Might be fun. I know I want to do more live streams going forward. So this is going to be probably something I do more of. Again, I started a little early today. Probably going to bump my start time up a little bit in the future. Was anybody got any other questions? Anything we want to talk about or whatever? Me, like I said, I'm down for looking at anything, checking out anything. You can ask me anything. If not, I may hop off here for now. And again, definitely going to be doing a lot more live streaming going forward. Because this is just fun. I like talking with yins. Dillo, Peter, Kevin, everybody that's dropped in. I greatly appreciate it. Oh, Roger jumped in there. And it's just fun to chat. Because I don't really have anybody else to talk stocks with. So I really do enjoy it. I enjoy yins dropping in. Yep. Oh, yeah, I'm probably gonna bounce, guys. Again, I appreciate yins. You have picked the right time just after Ryan. I might try to even, like I said, going forward, start my live streams around 9:30. Go a little bit longer, hang out a little bit more. But again, if you haven't, make sure to check out my recent upload. Again, I'd greatly appreciate any and all support. I want to grow this channel into something awesome, and I want to do a bunch more live streams and stuff going forward. Like I said, if gaming something you want to see, go to the community tab on my channel. I'm going to be posting up the questionnaire over there. But yeah, I hope you all have an awesome evening. Again, I appreciate you for dropping in, hanging out. And yeah, until next time, see yous.